What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to be talking none other than upgrading that trial deck that everyone's calling trash. What's really nice is this deck will be legal and should be able to be played in your locals for pre-release if you guys are not doing sealed format. So guys, without further ado, let's talk about it and dive into this video. So let's take a look at what you're going to get for your Ragnalord starter deck. You're going to definitely need to pick up 2 just because Ragna is important. But to be honest with you, I'm going to say might be just worth picking up singles. Everyone is underestimating this deck already, and being able to upgrade it for cheap is going to be ridiculous. Since majority of everything comes in a full playset, you should be fine. I mean, the black side is really where the full playset comes from with the Ludomons and, you know, Tai Ludo, followed by, you know, Rygi Ludomon, and then, you know, Rygi Ludomon. You get a full playset of the black stuff, which is pretty solid, actually, base start, which really will help you out. Then you get Zubermans at a full playset, Zuberman at a full playset. It's really just the red core here. These ones you really need more of, but that's not really terrible to get your hands on. I mean, the rest of the stuff you kind of get Legendary Arm Alliance at a full playset, which is really useful. So what would a fully upgraded version be, in my opinion? I think what we're looking for is something like this. Won't cost or break the bank. You know, the most expensive card that's going to really cost you is going to be the Izzy. Izzy's going to be the most probably expensive because Ultimate Flare isn't going to break the bank here. And then you guys might be wondering, why is X Antibody in this deck? Well, again, we'll talk about this here. We have Ragnaloardmon, who is when Digivolving, Blitz, and when DNA Digivolving. For every 4 Digimon cards in this Digi-Evolution, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 20 or less. Trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Now, why is that so important there? There's a really easy way of getting 4 evolutions, because sometimes you might just be missing one, and that was just because you didn't have the right pieces to get there. Well, at least tucking an X Antibody under your stack might be enough to push you over into that, being able to pop 2 Digimon and trash 2 security very easily. So it might be worth looking at that kind of playstyle. So I'm just kind of giving you some suggestions here, but the X Antibody really probably will help. Similar to how Mother D Reaper got a little quicker because of this, this might speed up Ragnaloardmon by a turn if played correctly. So it's still really tough to get into your hand, but if you get it in your hand, you get it in your hand. So it's not a bad trade-off. So I think having X Antibody in the list really is going to round it off. So we have 4 Sakatomons. So this card is when you play another Digimon with Legendary Arms in its trait, by an effect, gain 1 memory. This helps extend your plays, gets you going full throttle. So really going to help you out there. Then you have 4 Ludomon from Bt-10, which is going to be dirt cheap, 27 cents right here. So, I mean, it's getting hyped because of the Legendary Arms, but reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 Ragnalord Digimon card and 1 Digimon card with Legendary Arms and its traits among them to your hand. Place the rating cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. What's really nice is everything in this deck besides this card right here is Legendary Arms and the options and fun jazz like that. But being able to grab pieces you need really is going to help you out, speed you up, and you can grab 2 Ragnaloardmons if they were revealed this way. So just something to think about there. Then we do have Ludomon from Starter Deck 13. On play, you may place this Digimon under one of your other Digimon with Legendary Arms in its trait, or one of your red Digimon as a bottom Digi-Evolution card. To reveal the top card of your deck, if it is a Digimon with the Legendary Arms in its traits, a play cost 7 or less, you may place it without paying its memory cost. Add the remaining cards to your hand. So what's really awesome about this is that it helps build stacks and speed up your turn clocks. The thing about it is a lottery system deck. So revealing the top card of your deck is Basically, you have to have really good luck with it. If you don't, this deck might not be for you. Lottery-based decks are not always everyone's favorite, but they are fun to have with it. So, opponent's turn, if you have a Digimon with legendary arms in this trait, or a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains blocker. So it also gains some blocker, helping you build up in the low ends, which really is useful. And then Zuberman. So this card is similar to Ludomon skill because it does the same thing. Legendary arms, but its counterpoint is one black Digimon card. And then to reveal the top card of your deck, if it is a legendary arms in its trait and a play cost 7 or less, you may play it without paying its memory cost. I like that. Being able to do the lottery system. It's going to help you out. And then if you have a Digimon with legendary arms in its trait or a black Digimon in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Making them rookies really does help out. What's really awesome is the when attacking can combo really well with Rygi Ludomon here from Bt-10. So this card, if you are a level 7, triggered D-Digi Evolution 1. So sometimes being able to weaken the bigger stack might help out if you need to kill wide. If you're killing wide, it will help you out clear board state, because being able to D-Digivolve their big boss Digimon sometimes might negate a protection or two, which does help out in this format. And especially since this deck is going to be kind of surprising your opponent, because they're not going to be ready for what to deal with, because most people won't have enough experience with Ragnaloardmon, and the players that have enough experience with Ragna, you're going to be miles ahead. So just something to think about. Then we do play 3 copies of Rygi Ludomon from Starter Deck 13. On play, by placing this Digimon at the bottom of one of your other Digimon with legendary arms in its trait, or one of your other red Digimon Digi-Evolution sources, one of your Digimon gains Reboot. So being able to give Reboot to your stack is going to help out, because then you can swing in with pressure and still have a blocker up for keeping yourself safe. And then opponent's turn, when you have a Digimon with legendary arms in its trait or a red Digimon, this Digimon gains blocker. Very useful to be able to be a blocker. Really very powerful skill. We are playing 2 Ziba Eagermon. So Ziba Eagermon, you may play this Digimon under one of your other Digimon with legendary arms in its trait, or one of your black Digimon as a bottom Digi-Evolution, to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. Not a bad trade-off. Can kill most level 4s very easily. And then when attacking, if you have a Digimon with legendary arms in its trait or a black Digimon in play, delete one of your opponent's 3000 DP or less. Yeah, the 3000 or DP or less is not always consistent enough, so we took a little approach and brought it down, because it really only going to kill rookies, and sometimes that's not enough consistently wise to be able to do something about it. So just something to think about. And then we have Rygi Ludomon. So this card is from Bt-10. We're playing 2 copies of it. If the Digimon is a level 7, trigger D-Digi Evolution 1. And like I said before, being able to D-Digivolve a Digimon a couple stacks really can help you win the game. So it's something to think about, especially going into Bt-10, where they're going to be on Digimon that you want to probably get them off of for their protection sake. So like Crossheart, they're going to end on ×5 or ×4. If they end on ×4 or ×5, you want to D-Digivolve it at least twice minimum, because getting rid of the shout and getting it to trash is going to be really important. So being able to D-Digivolve threats into smaller threats really does help out. Blue Flare, the same thing. Being able to D-Digivolve it is going to really help you out. Then we have Rygi Ludomon from Starter Deck 13. Opponent's turn. This Digimon can't be deleted by your opponent's card effects. Helps a little protection. Really useful. Can be deleted by game mechanics, so that's something to think about. But end of your turn, you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play to a Digimon card in your hand by paying its DNA Digi-Evolution cost. Not bad. It's a very powerful skill, and we want to see it at least. So we have 3 copies of Doraemon. So when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with legendary arms or a black Digimon, reduce the memory cost by 1. It's a little more consistent. We like to see this one. 3-3-2 is pretty solid in my opinion. And then you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into a Digimon card in your hand by paying its DNA Digi-Evolution cost. So same thing. Being able to cheat it in, really good. And then you guys might be wondering, why am I playing Bahumon? So this card is really powerful because when Digivolving, unsuspend up to 2 Digimon and or Tamers, then gain 1 memory for each of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon and Tamers. If they build wide and you can punish this wide, this card is going to reward you so much. And then end of turn, for every 2 unsuspended Digimon and or Tamers your opponent has in play, trash 1 card from the top of your opponent's security stack. So if they go wide, even if you have to slam down Bahumon, this card is going to punish them, even at worst case scenarios. So it's just something to think about. I think it's really powerful, and especially because his end of turn skill can trigger some shenanigans, because as long as you have a way of jogressing, you can basically slam this down. Even if you give them a bunch of memory, you're going to go into Ragnaloardmon, because Bahumon's skill end of turn effect can go first. You'll trash security, and then you can get lethal in with the Ragnaloardmon. So it's really nasty, because this is a game finisher in his own right, because for every 2, you're just trashing 1 card from the top of your opponent's security stack, which could mean 1 to 2 extra free damage. This really punishes security control too, because they have a bunch of Tamers, and they're not always, suspended. So it really does punish there. And then Rygi Ludomon is your turn. When a card is placed into this Digimon's Digievolution card by your own effect, this Digimon cannot be deleted by effects or returned to the owner's hand or deck until the end of your opponent's next turn, which really does help out. Then when Digivolving, revealing top 3 cards of your deck, you may play 1 7 cost or less Digimon with legendary arms in its traits without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Really powerful, because being able to play a Digimon can trigger a bunch of other effects, snowballing in and doing a lot of crazy shenanigans. But opponent's turn, while this Digimon is Ragnaloardmon, it is unaffected by your opponent's Digimon effect, so they can't just try to pop it with Digimon effects, which really is useful. So something to think about there. And then we do have Ragnaloardmon. So your turn, when one of your effects places a Digievolution card under this Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP, gains security plus 1. Really solid. Then when attacking, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. You may play 1 Digimon card with a play cost 7 or less, and a legendary arms and its traits among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. I like it. And then your turn, while this Digimon is Ragnalord, it does not activate security effects on options it checks. So being able to apply pressure there. And then Big Daddy himself, Ragnaloardmon from Structure Deck 13. When Digivolving Blitz, when DNA Digivolving, for every 4 Digievolution cards this Digimon has, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 20 or less, and trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So free value. And I mentioned this before, but all turns when a card is removed from either player's security stack, unsuspend this Digimon. So free restand really does help out. He's a little costly at its Digivolving for a 6 cost, but if you can Jogress DNA, really powerful. Now, let's talk about Legendary Arm Alliance. So you may play 1 Digimon with play cost 7 or less, and legendary arm traits from your hand without paying its memory cost. Sets you up. Really powerful skill. But Legendary Arm Alliance is also a Legend Arm, so Ludomon from the original set will actually be able to grab this card. So just keep that in mind. You may play 1 Digimon in security. You may play 1 Digimon with a play cost 7 or less and legendary arms in its traits from your hand without paying its memory cost. Then place this card in its owner's battle area. Really solid there. I think that's really awesome. We talked about X Antibody. I mean, even when it's checked in security, that's really going to help us out, because it's like a tiny hammer spark that might pass turn where you need it. And then you have Izzy here that can be really annoying if checked in security, because if he comes in, and as we are playing red, it's going to get really janky. But if we see all black, that can gain us a memory and bring us back. But the real thing about it is because we want to know what cards we're going to be lottering. So if we can eliminate the luck factor and we can present more consistency, we can have Izzy here be able to set us up where, okay, I know I'm going to hit this one and then snowball us in. So Izzy's really in here just to help fix issues like that you want to be able to consistently activate lottery. And then we do have 2 ultimate flare because digivolving is still so powerful even in this format and going into future formats. It's going to allow you to have access to stuff. So then being able to delete a wide board, especially if they had to search for their pieces, really is going to help out. So I think this, consistently wise, is a very solid deck. And is it going to dominate? No. But this format, it's going to be a fun deck. It's going to take some probably reworking a few times, but I feel like this deck has potential, and it's just going to be a lottery-based system. If it tops online events, you might have to question the integrity of it. I really can't stress that it is a lottery-based deck, so they have to have like god tier luck. So it's something to think about. So guys, what did you think of this video? Let me know down in the comments. Did you like this deck profile? Did you like the setup? Because if this is more what you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments. And guys, without further ado, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.